May 15th. And today is the optional memorial of St. Isidore the Farmer. And so we want to ask God's blessings upon all of our farmers. I'm sure this pandemic has been difficult for them, and so we want to pray for good weather for them and also, too, for the help and assistance they need. So we'll ask St. Isidore to intercede for them. And one little kind of trivial thing that I found for St. Isidore in today's Magnificat is they gave a little bio of the saint. They said that he was canonized on the same day as St. Ignatius of Loyola, who started the Jesuits, Teresa of Avila, Francis Xavier, and Philip Neri. So that's a pretty all-star lineup there. Some heavy hitters. So we'll ask St. Isidore the Farmer to pray for us and all the farmers. Just a reminder that we will have live-streamed evening prayer this evening at 6:30. And then also, too, this weekend, St. John the Baptist Church is open from 1 to 4:30 on Saturday for private prayer. And confessions will be available from 3 to 4:30. And then also on Sunday, we'll live stream Mass at 8:30 a.m. And then St. John the Baptist Church will be open from 10 to 2 for private prayer. So that kind of gets us through the weekend schedule-wise. I thought I would continue back again on some of the little Marian devotional items and statues and images that I have. This one is kind of small. This was a gift from a priest in Cincinnati, Father Tom King, who was pastor of Guardian Angels. He might still be pastor of Guardian Angels, I'm not sure. But when I was in the seminary in Cincinnati, he was the pastor at Guardian Angels Church, which was just across the street, just a little bit up the road from the seminary. And while I was at the seminary, there weren't a lot of Toledo seminarians there at that time. I'm not sure we had a lot of seminarians to begin with, but our diocese had a long history of using Mount St. Mary's in Cincinnati, but there was a gap there where no seminarians were being sent there. And a couple of us kind of started again our diocese becoming affiliated with that. Also, too, Monsignor Charles Singler, who probably a lot of you guys would know from here, he was starting on the faculty there. So there was a kind of a reestablishment of a connection. But when we were there, most of the seminarians were studying for the Archdiocese of Cincinnati. The seminary has grown, thank God, since I was there. A lot more students and from a variety of different dioceses. But I think there was one man from Youngstown and a couple from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and plus a couple of us from Toledo. And then of probably the 30 or 40 seminarians that were living there, all the rest were Cincinnati seminarians. So just as sometimes happens in our diocese too, that parishes that are kind of away from the city of Toledo feel that everything becomes kind of Toledo-centric. There, obviously, it is in their archdiocese. They sponsor the seminary. Every once in a while it would feel like, well, wait a second, we might not be getting, we start to feel sorry for ourselves, of course, all the other dioceses that everything was always about Cincinnati. But Father Tom King was always wonderful about making, especially the Toledo seminarians, feel welcome. And he also had, too, I'm not exactly sure how he acquired this. I think I know the story. But he had, kind of in a shadow box, a mitre, which is the hat that the bishop wears. He had a mitre that was from Bishop Alter, Bishop Carl Alter, who was Bishop of Toledo and then became Archbishop of Cincinnati. But it had a decoration on it of the tower that is kind of the on the coat of arms for the Toledo diocese. So it was obviously a mitre from when he was in Toledo, but he lived in Cincinnati as Archbishop and then stayed there after he retired. And I think there was a housekeeper who had a common connection with Father King and our Archbishop Alter, and so somehow or another I think that's how he was able to acquire that. So sometimes it was always kind of a joke that we were going to try and liberate the patrimony of the diocese from his rectory at some point. But I think he always did feel kind of a connection to us Toledo seminarians, and was always very hospitable to us. So I believe this might have been a little gift that I was given for my deacon ordination, if I remember correctly. And I do remember that Father King sent me a very nice present for priesthood ordination. I was at my first assignment, and a package came, and it was Graeter's ice cream. So if you've ever had Graeter's ice cream, you know it is very wonderful stuff. It's one of those Pride of Cincinnati things. So he sent this pack of different pints of Graeter's ice cream that I could share with the pastor, and he said that that's kind of how he and his pastor on his first assignment bonded together, was over some Graeter's ice cream. They sat down and talked about things. So he sent me enough I was able to share it with the staff though too. But Father Tom King was always and still I think is a wonderful priest and a great friend of all the seminarians of the Diocese of Toledo. So that's the Marian image for today, is the small little Mary statue that Father Tom King provided for me. So again, a reminder everybody, we do have evening prayer at 6:30 this evening, live streamed, and then live stream Mass on Sunday, and then the church opened, St. John the Baptist Church opened this weekend, Saturday from 1 to 4:30, and Sunday from 10 to 2. Confessions from 3 to 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. All right, hope everyone has a wonderful day, and God bless you all.